out for close to 23 years, my next guest has been the bass player for the most celebrated rock and roll band of all time, the Rolling Stones. He is also the leader of a band called Willie and the Poor Boys, and this is their latest album. Please welcome Bill Wyman. How you doing?
A lot of people out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for being here.
Oh.
This is the first time you've seen this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back there.
Back there. Yeah, and you've not watched it because...
Well, I've been working and I haven't been here for 3 years, so...
Been out of the country.
It's been a bit difficult.
Yeah. Now, 23 years, you've kept a diary of all of the activities of yourself for longer.
Yeah.
Is this a day-to-day diary?
Yep.
Minute to minute?
Well...
But I mean, pretty detailed stuff.
Yeah.
What, does anything stand out in your mind right now as being a peculiar entry in the diary? 23 years or longer of activity with you and the Rolling Stones?
Today.
Highlights? Oh, today would be a highlight.
No, it'd be a peculiar one, I think.
No. You mean your visit here?
Yeah.
Anything concerning you and the band?
Many things, yeah, but...
Yeah, like what?
I couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell me at all?
It'll get cut out.
No, it won't. Now try. Let's just try one. Let's just try one. The most recent.
No, I'll tell you an old one.
Okay, that's good.
We were in Toronto recording once, and Charlie Watts, who never sleeps.
Never sleeps?
No, he went for a walk in the town, you know. He was looking for something to eat. So he went to this little Indian restaurant he found. But before that, he looked around, he found a shop, a little tailor shop. And he found some trousers he wanted, and they said they're a bit big. He buys them second-hand sometimes, you know, old ones from the 40s and that.
Charlie's down on his luck, isn't he?
Yeah. And so they said, come back in a couple of hours, they'll be ready. So he went to this Indian restaurant, and he hadn't slept for about 4 days. So he gets in this...
4 days?
Yeah, no, that's normal. That's
4 days, and he says, I feel like doing a little shopping?
Yeah.
Gosh, how would a thing like that happen?
We don't have shops in England. And anyway, he sits there and he falls asleep. You know, all these Indian guys around him, he falls asleep. And about 2 hours later, they're waking him up, you know. And he's surrounded by cops as well. And we're in Toronto. It's pretty heavy down there. And so they're shaking him up and they say, who are you? He's all got stubble and everything, you know. What are you doing? And he says, well, where am I? Where am I? And they said, you're in Toronto. And he said, Toronto? What am I doing in Toronto? You know, and they think this guy's crazy. And he said, well, what time is it? And they said, it's 2:45 in the afternoon. And he said, oh, great, my trousers are going to be ready. And he ran. You should have Charlie on the show.
Yeah, but every time we call, he's napping, so it's tough. But you, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I guess you will, were the first member of the Rolling Stones to be arrested.
Yes.
Is that true? How long into the group was this?
That was about a year.
And the circumstances, can you tell us about this?
We were coming back from a gig and I wanted to have a wee-whiz. So we stopped at a garage and they refused to let me, so I did it anyway. And, well, they wouldn't let me use the toilet, you see, so I went back to the car and then Mick said, come on, Bill, we'll find one, and Brian Jones as well.
That's the kind of guy Mick is. By God, we'll find you a place.
So the three of us went over there, and they still wouldn't let us use it, so we just did it there. And we got arrested, and we had to pay about £20, which was about $30 then.
But you felt like a jerk, didn't you?
Yeah, we got publicity for about a year on that one.
Yeah, but...
It was then we realised what to do to get publicity, you see.
Now, do you see the members of the band on a regular basis, or do you see so much of them when you're on the road that you don't spend any time with them socially?
No, we're not that, you know, close together because we live in different countries. Charlie and I live in England now. We lived in France before, and the other three live here. Yeah.
So on the like, when was the last time you saw the group as a whole?
Day before yesterday.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, Charlie isn't here, but he's coming on Monday, I think. We're doing some mixing here.
And you live in a big castle, old haunted deal?
I've got a little castle, yeah.
Yeah. And it's haunted?
Yes.
Now, how do you know this?
Well, you get touched and things, you know.
Yeah, but in your case, that may have nothing to do with being haunted, you know?
It's haunted. There's people have seen things.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything, but I've been touched a few times.
And
I like it.
You mean you just be in a room?
It's a woman. It's a young woman, about 30, all in black.
So you're just in a room, and
Just
suddenly
right.
you feel the presence of another person.
Oh, it goes very cold, yeah.
Yeah, and you actually can feel the pressure.
Yeah, you get really grabbed, you know.
Is it frightening a little?
No, not really. It was the first time.
Yeah.
The second time I quite enjoyed it.
Tell me about Willie and the Poor Boys.
Well, I'm Willie.
Yeah?
Because when I was at school, they used to call me Little Willie. I never quite worked that one out. I didn't understand. Looked all right to me, you know. And the Poor Boys, it's just, we did it for Ronnie Lane, the Arms charity. We did a tour in '83 with Jimmy Page and Eric Clapton.
And the proceeds of the album also go?
To the Arms charity for Ronnie in Houston. And just phoned up a bunch of mates and we just did some roots R&B music and did very well. Good, good. Still is.
How much longer are you going to be with the Rolling Stones? How much longer are they going to be around? Are you tired of it yet?
About 20 minutes, I think.
20 more minutes and that's it?
No, I mean, we're still having good time, you know, having
that's
fun,
all that counts. That's all that counts. Okay, we don't have a clip, we don't have a book, we have a record. Okay. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Come back anytime. Bill Wyman. We'll be back here with Laurie Singer, folks. Stay there.